And welcome back for our final segment for this month's show. As I teased before the break, we're now joined by the Institute of Human and Machine Cognition. We have a great guest with us today, a new guest on the show, Ursula Schwutke. I hope I pronounced that correct. Ursula, thank
Okay.
you so much for coming on the show.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. IHMC. A lot of people have heard of you guys here in the Gulf Coast, and or at least have heard of the organization, but might not be all that familiar with what you do or what your mission is in the community. Can you tell us a little bit about IHMC and how you guys fit into the community?
Yes, IHMC is a research institute affiliated with the University of Florida system. Most of the people who work for IHMC are scientists involved in pioneering technologies aimed at leveraging and extending human capabilities. So a lot of people hear that. I'm not sure everybody immediately knows what that means. There's a lot of computer science, there's robotics, humanoid robotics, exoskeletons, or what is otherwise known as wearable robotics. And those extend human capabilities in that they make it possible for people who have the physical impairment of not being able to walk.
Mhm.
It's research aimed at assisting them, leveraging technology to enable them to walk in an upright position. There's newer research going on at IHMC in the area of human performance. There's people who work on natural language processing, helping computers to understand spoken speech. Those are a few examples that I think
Yeah.
may give everyone a much better idea.
Yeah, a lot of cool stuff. Basically, a lot of cool stuff you guys are doing.
Yes,
Like I said,
that's
a
a
lot of
quick
scientists,
summary.
and yeah, and of course, obviously, this show is specifically about the Gulf Coast of Florida, but you guys actually have another location in Central Florida too, right?
Yes, we do. Our second location is in Ocala.
Okay,
And
so I
that
assume, yeah,
that's the
please.
location where we do natural language processing predominantly, and some computer vision work.
And I know getting kids involved in science and mathematics and technology and all that kind of good stuff is a lot of what you guys do and outreach at the community. And y'all have several ways that people can get involved with that. First, with Science Saturdays. Tell us a little bit about the Science Saturdays, when they're taking place, and what really goes on there, what people can look to do at a Science Saturday.
I'd love to. As director of educational outreach, my primary job is to reach out to youth in the Pensacola area, in Escambia County, and in Santa Rosa County. And our program for third, fourth, fifth, and sixth graders is Science Saturdays. It's a very hands-on emphasis on fun science that we offer once a month during the school year. There's an hour-and-a-half session for third and fourth graders, followed by a second similar hour-and-a-half session for fifth and sixth graders that's more advanced, more age appropriate. Every month is a different fun science topic. We feel it's important to offer a wide range of topics so kids with different interests can find themselves and see themselves in an avenue to find what type of science they like the best and what speaks to them and where they feel most excited. We start as young as third grade because really the younger you discover that you like science and that you might be interested in science for a career, the more you'll realize the importance of remaining engaged with math and science. It's been said that students who don't get excited about science by middle school, maybe ninth grade at the latest, likely won't have the necessary building blocks to succeed beyond that. Really hard if you haven't kept up with the math by 10th or 11th grade to go into a science major.
So do people need to sign up or can they just show up on the day of the Science Saturdays? How does it work?
It's Science Saturdays are free for all attendees, but And that is in part made possible by the generosity of sponsors like Cox. We do require registration via Eventbrite, and people can sign up for the mailing list from our website, www.ihmc.us, and go to the outreach page and then Science Saturdays under that. And that will take you to the link for registering for the next event. And the reason we require registration is because we accommodate generally about 30 students per event.
Yeah.
There's a waiting list. We actively monitor the waiting list. If someone doesn't get in for the event they signed up for, they can have request priority registration for the next event. So we really try and make it as accessible and as open to everyone in the community as possible.
Sure. And we have about 30 seconds left, but I know that's not your only opportunity for kids to get involved. You do summer camp too, right?
Yes, we have a summer robotics camp for rising 8th, 9th, and 10th graders, where students have the opportunity to learn a lot about programming through Lego Mindstorms, and to meet IHMC scientists, have lunch with scientists in small groups, and tour the IHMC robotics lab.
So very cool. So all the information on both of these great programs are on the IHMC website. And so please go there for more information. Ursula, thank you so much for coming on the program today.
My pleasure. Thanks for inviting me.
And thank you for tuning in. Join us next month as we take another look across the Gulf Coast.